should we arrest Hasan Piker? We got a lot of, people, very fine people, who are like, bro, he was speaking metaphorically, bro. He wants to kill politically, bro. Don't take him seriously, bro. It's like, how desperate do you guys have to be as Ozzy Osbourne's dogs just go absolutely mental? Who's the third one?
That's my
Ozzy?
dog right there in her hands.
It's like a small, quicker one.
Wait,
What's that called?
She has your dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
The one that was
Explain.
running around like a mad person is Marlin. That's the Boston puppy.
Do you three up top live near each other?
I'm
Hey, it's
sorry
not
to say,
gay.
but this is the moment in a video that we're gonna make where we just cut this and just play the dan 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 and then we move on to the fact that Hasan Piker is a leading, prominent, progressive activist. He's a very well-known content creator, and his vile rhetoric ultimately contributed in the murderous political assassination of Charlie Kirk, who he was supposed to debate soon, but that obviously can't go forward.
That would have been a great debate. Oh,
yes,
man.
it would.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it would.
That's
it would have
really
been
interesting.
That's why Hasan's initial reaction to Charlie Kirk's murderous political assassination was shock, because he was supposed to do a debate with him out in public in a very similar venue to where Charlie got murdered. And folks, for younger audiences, we have puppies. So yes, YouTube, please, puppies. Reward us for having dogs, diverse dogs, on the panel. But now Elon Musk has gotten involved and has condemned Hasan. Not only has he condemned him, but he's also supported investigations into Twitch, investigations into Reddit, investigations into Discord, which are going to proceed on a federal level. So what we're going to do, we're going to get panel perspectives first. Then I'm going to bring up a source to reinforce, the topic narrative argument. So we're going to start off with Roadkill. Roadkill, what do you make of this topic in question?
I say, fuck it, let them ride. Because there's nothing to hide from me. I haven't been doing any sort of devious things in any of these channels. I do have a Reddit. I'm not going to give my name out, but I've always used that to kind of, get perspective, and also a lot of, just funny content. And then with Discord, I'm like, hey, listen in. If you listen in, the NSA agent's probably going to fall asleep while listening. So he's just going to be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? But I think, I think for them to...
Well, Roadkill, just to let everyone know, because we're playing the Game of Thrones on YouTube, I'm going to edit every curse word everyone says for the lols. It's like being on the BBC. Wink, wink.
So yeah, I think it's personally, I want to go back. Man, I can't believe that was supposed to happen with the debate between Charlie and Hasan. That would have been epic, man. And I don't like to use the word epic because it's kind of played out, but that would have been like a legendary, like a big deal. That would have been really cool. Moving on from that, with what they're doing with looking into certain profiles and things, a lot of people on the right don't like government overreach. But the only thing that I liked is the fact that with the left is that they do a lot of overreach into corporations to kind of check out what they're doing to make sure they're not screwing people over. Whereas, on the other side, they're kind of like, hey, man, just, capitalism, do what you want, while people get away with things. And that's where either side sucks. But hey, man, Anyone is welcome into my wallet at any time, and by
Wel-
wallet I mean like
Welcome,
your personal items, and go
well,
through. But
welcome to my Reddit cave. I am Roadkill. Welcome to
yeah,
Roadkill's Reddit
no,
cave.
I'm not. I'm not
This is,
roadkill on Reddit. Yeah, yeah.
oh
I'm
well, um,
intellectual individual. Yeah.
okay. So this is from Yeet, which is a funny name for an X page. Hasan responds after Elon Musk tagged Jeff Bezos again, calls him a weirdo, and points out how the asymmetry of acceptable violence also exists in speech. Now, I'll tell you this, folks. Socialists love to use convoluted language to bamboozle you and ultimately crush you with it, okay? Elon was making it very clear because Amazon owns Twitch and Jeff Bezos owns Amazon, all right? That when you have such a vile rhetoric spewing out of a prominent voice, then of course there are going to be problems, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't take
yeah.
many
Hassan needs to
it
be
doesn't
taken
take
down immediately. Yeah.
well, it doesn't take many people. If I have 1 million supporters, that'll be a terrifying day. And one of them goes batshit crazy and blows up a hospital. And before that, he watched a few of my videos about how everything is dangerous and you can't trust anyone. The authorities are gonna be like, yep, we got to get rid of this guy, especially even if he's moderate. In fact, especially if he's moderate, we got to get rid of him. See, Hassan has been protected for too long, right? Freedom of
Mhm.
speech does exist. Everyone has the right to speak their minds. The red line is political violence, right? Don't tell me he's speaking metaphorically when he is literally making statements, right? The one that everyone remembers about Hassan Piker is that America deserved 9/11, right? That alone, encouraging political violence. A terror attack is an example of political violence.
Correct. That's a part of
But
terrorism. Yeah.
let's get Aussie's perspective. Now she's here, and what do you make of this topic?
Well, I've been kind of having a hard time dealing with this subject because it's such a gruesome subject. Not only the fact that he was unalived in front of his wife and children,
Mhm,
but in front of millions of people. But
mhm,
the part that really gets me more and it's the fact that people all over, millions of people are celebrating this happening. And it goes to show how sick the society as a whole is. And I do believe that this person here that did these things, he should be reprimanded and taken to the fullest extent of the law because
right.
he's leading people to, do the same. And that's
Mhm.
not good.
That's not good at all. And you're crazy when your uncle is like, "You are not succeeding me," because Hassan Piker was supposed to be the successor to Sink Uyghur over at the Young Turks
Mhm.
originally, but
Yeah.
because Hassan had gotten so radical that he was essentially pushed aside. Noise, what do you make of this whole situation?
Well, yeah, there's been too many of these. I like to call them talking heads, and I'll use YouTube friendly language, like
No.
they're calling us all Yahtzees. Um, they're just amping everyone up, continuously amping them up, where violence has become the normal for that side, and there's on the other the
Mm.
right side, there's nuts as well, but it's become such a norm for the left that they take every opportunity to do it, and then they have all these talking heads egging them on, just using such language to think we're the devil, we're just purely the devil. So yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely, these people doing this should be dealt with legally, and let's leave it at that, legally.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I've always believed, rightly so, that the radicals on the right have been dealt with. They've been dealt with so much that it led to a conflict that killed tens of millions of people. The left has not dealt with their radicals. And until the radical side of the left has been dealt with and is isolated, contained, and destroyed, just like the radical right was in the Western world, then we will never know peace, and the culture war will be endless, folks. That's why it's so important, right? The red line is that there's no place for political violence in a civilized society. It's something that the left and right should agree on, and by agreeing on that, the radical elements in both major factions have to be dealt with, the far left and the far right, because what unites them? Political violence. Violence as a means to an end to attain political power. Now let's ask our special guest while he's here. What do you make of this whole situation, Byron?
Well, first, I would just like to point out that with regards to the inquiry of should Hasan Piker be investigated and charged, I believe at this juncture the answer to that question, both questions, is yes. He should have his due process, which was something that was not afforded to Mr. Kirk, and which Hasan has argued should not be afforded to anyone with whom he sociopolitically disagrees, particularly vehemently. I'd also like to point out that this gentleman in question is a dual citizen of the United States and Turkey, thanks to the descendancy clause in the citizenship laws and bylaws of the country of Turkey, because his parents are Turkish immigrants. As a first-generation American, he is automatically allowed or granted Turkish citizenry. If we're not going to arrest or charge him, then perhaps we could go ahead and just say, well, you've got citizenship placed one other location. We're going to go ahead and revoke your American citizenry and kick you over there.
That is a fantastic idea, Byron.
Noise polluters, glows and grows.